All right. Welcome, everybody, to Hypno News. I am not Jim Kellner, and I'm also not Grant Saunders. I am the guest host tonight, Shawn Kostiuk. I'm coming to you live from Yorkton, Saskatchewan, Canada. Jim and Grant are on the road already to the Heartland Hypnosis Conference. I believe they should both already be in St. Louis, but at least as far as I saw on Facebook, they were close enough to being right there. So I'm just going to bring up my newscast. I did a little bit of searching today to find out what else is going on with hypnosis in the world, and so we got a few things here. So of course, just the aforementioned Heartland Hypnosis Conference. Of course, that is starting tomorrow and runs until April 30th. That is in St. Louis, Missouri. I have no doubt that if you just showed up tomorrow, there would still be a way that you could pay to get a ticket and get involved and have all kinds of good learning experiences, networking, and so on and so forth, just like every other conference that we go to. Also, coming up here in June 3rd to 4th, put in a plug for the Pacific Northwest Conference in Tacoma, Washington. Keynote, of course, Carl Smith. And there are you have to kind of search a little bit in the website, but there are a couple of little special things inside there. One of which is a special post-conference event, and it is on June 5th and 6th. So that means you'd be staying over a couple more days, and you would get the opportunity for learning hypnotic regression therapy with Roy Hunter. It is a limited number of spots in that. So if you are considering going to the Pacific Northwest Conference and you want to stay over and learn from Roy Hunter himself, by all means, make sure you get that on the website and get your name in there, because like I said, it is a limited number of people that get to participate in that. So also coming up in the next little bit here, let's see, May 19th. Yep, that's coming up here. So the IMDHA is having an expo May 19th to the 21st, and that's in Florida, in Orlando. One of the places that I have on my bucket list to go before leaving the earth is Florida, just to see what it's like. I understand there's a lot of Canadians there during the winter, so we call them snowbirds. You can call them snow. We call them snow geese here. A special type of goose that is all white, but it's still just about as deadly as the Canadian goose, in terms of being nice and ferocious and able to attack you at a moment's notice. So, but anyway, Canadians, we're generally nice now. We've worked out most of our issues, shall we say. So, moving on. This summer, Hypno Thoughts Live, July 21st to July 23rd. Of course, there's pre-sessions, post-sessions. There is learning galore, networking galore, fun galore. It's all there in one package. It's going to be at the Sahara Hotel, which is a new venue, recently renovated. So those of you that are looking for something, some accommodations that are let's say air filtered, there's air quality, windows, big windows, some amenities in your room like refrigerators and things like that. The Sahara has been recently renovated, so it's all good to go, and it's going to be waiting for us to show up. And I noticed that Scott Sandlin had posted a little video this morning. And I feel for him. I understand the need to get up and go and travel early in the morning. I know Jim was up at early morning for him, and Scott said the best thing you can do is do a little bit of research when you're looking at flying into Las Vegas, because it is a little bit cheaper to fly in on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, as opposed to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And so you might be able to save some dollars, even though you're paying for a hotel room. Your airfare might be savings might be more than enough to compensate for that. So, and it gives you an extra day with everybody else that's going to be in Vegas this summer. Again, July 21st to 23rd. If you're going to take pre-sessions, you're going to want to double check the website and make sure you register for the sessions that you want. And yeah, we'll see everybody there. It's going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. This will be my second Hypno Thoughts, and I had lots of fun at the first one. Coming up in October, we have the Canadian Conference for Hypnosis and Wellness. It is October 13th to October 15th. It is a 10th anniversary edition, so it's for 10 years. It's been in Toronto, Canada. Now, in Canada, we often joke about the fact that Toronto and Torontonians consider themselves the center of the universe. It is what it is. It's if you get to the center of the universe, you can attend the Canadian Conference for Hypnosis and Wellness. They do have right now, if you go to their website, a call for vendors, speakers, volunteers. So if you are wanting to get into the speaking circuit, and the Canadian Conference might be the way that you can do that. So I think the call for speakers ends May 31st. So you've got a little bit of time yet, but definitely if you're planning on speaking and you want a conference to speak at, this is a good one to attend. The Mid-America Conference, of course, also coming up right after that, right on the heels of that, October 20th to the 22nd, and also an anniversary year for the Mid-America Conference. It is the 40th anniversary this year. And so it will be in Arlington, Illinois, which sounds like it's out in the middle of nowhere, but in reality, it's about 15 minutes from O'Hare Airport in Chicago. So for those of you that have yet to visit Chicago for the first time and want to try some of that pizza Chicago style, by all means, join everybody at the Mid-America Conference, October 20th to the 22nd. And the last of the conferences that I could find for 2023 in November 11th and 12th, we have the Australian Hypnosis Conference. They offer in-person and online attendance. And I don't know about you, but being a part of the Commonwealth with Australia, it would be nice to certainly get down there and visit and see the brothers from another mother down under. And but if you can't make it, Australia is a little bit of a flight for a lot of people. There are online attendance options available, so you can check that one out as well. Now, let me just double check here and make sure I didn't miss any. No, doesn't look like it. All right, so that's our conference list rundown. One thing I will say that I absolutely love and respect about the Hypno community is that there are opportunities to learn, whether it's a conference, it's just somebody that has a mastermind group, or there's some trainings that are going on for various different things. I know we have lots of people that train stage hypnotists. We have lots of people that train on the coaching and therapy side of things. It's just really great to see that you don't have to stay stagnant. And if you do, I'll give you a word of warning. If you do, AI will eventually catch up and overtake you. Even as a hypnosis community, we need to evolve, and we need to look at new ways to do the same job better. And if we don't do that, we become irrelevant eventually. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. I just, again, want to give a shout out to everybody who trains, who puts on conferences, who organizes things behind the scenes, works hard to pass on knowledge to other people, and mentors especially. I think mentors are probably the unsung heroes of the hypnosis community. And you never know, you might be an unofficial mentor for somebody who really likes what you're doing and wants to learn from you. So all of that said, hypnosis in the news. Surprisingly, and I just said we might teeter off into the background. There isn't much for hypnosis in the news right now, except in Texas. So if you're in Texas, apparently there is a bill to ban investigative hypnosis in criminal trials, and that has reached the state Senate I believe, for debate. I'm not as up on American political proceedings as I am on Canada's. I know we just passed a censorship bill, C11 here in Canada, so that's going to be interesting to see how that takes shape and who censors what speech and what knowledge gets censored in Canada. But in Texas, forensic and investigative hypnosis, the bill to ban it has reached the state Senate. And also, recent article that's in the news is the neuroscience of hypnosis, what we know and what we don't. Again, hypnosis, we know a lot. And, we often talk about the fact that there's nothing new under the sun. The processes and the protocols and the things that we have may have been done before. They're just, explained and packaged a different way. So that it's more effective with today's types of clients that we have. There's always room to learn something new. And, in the neuroscience area, how does hypnosis work with the brain, with the mind? Good article just to let you know where things are at with that. I believe that one is peer reviewed. So, definitely check that out. And if it's not the one that's peer reviewed, then I'm missing one article here, and I'll have to get that over to Jim for next week's Hypno News. All right. Now, I know that Jim and Grant will often lay out a pro tip, and they'll lay out something funny with hypnosis or something funny in general. Let me tell you, as the guy who's filling in, the best funny I can offer you right now is that I'm kind of funny looking, because I need a haircut. What can I say? But my pro tip actually is all about learning. So for those of you that don't know, I'm teacher by trade. So I'm weird. I'm the guy that went to school to go to school, and now I work in central office, but I help schools. And my job is basically centered around helping teachers learn tech so that they can effectively work with the students and so on and so forth in our school district, school division. And for me, the pro tip is always be learning. If you want to be able as a hypnotist, always be learning. There's so many great ideas, so many people with new ideas. And you know what? Yeah, you know what? It might seem like, oh, I heard that before and it was done, 20 years ago or whatever. Doesn't matter. Take a look at what it means right now in the context of now. And I think that's sometimes something that we miss as professionals. We think we're the experts, and we should be experts in a lot of things that we do. I mean, you're working, you're building your business, your craft, whatever it is, you're eventually going to get to being somewhat of an expert in it. But that doesn't mean that you know everything, and there is no expert. There's no one person in the world that I know of that knows absolutely everything about any one topic. And so always be learning. You can also say it this way: always be listening, looking for that extra knowledge. Find out what other people are doing. Join a mastermind group. I can tell you for myself, the greatest amount of growth that I've had as a hypnosis professional has been in a mastermind group with a number of exceptional hypnotists and good business people that depending on the topics that we're talking about, there's always something for me to learn. There's always something for me to take away from that. And it's not just, again, for me, because I am a teacher, it's food for my soul, because learning is one of those things that I've spent my life doing and will continue to, so that I can pass it on. And it's anything you learn is fair game. You should be passing it on to the next generation, to people that are eager to also learn. If somebody says, "Yeah, I don't want to learn, I don't need anything from you," that's fine. Hey, no problem. But I'll tell you, for people, when you get together in a group of people that are motivated to learn and to share, and I don't want to use best practice, because I think that term has been overused, but to definitely um, be able to come together and build the same knowledge all the time. That is to me absolutely key in anything that I do. If I find that I'm not learning anymore, that's when I tend to step out the back door, leave, because I'm looking for, what am I going to learn? What's and it's not even just to benefit me. Like I said, it's also to benefit the people that I'm going to pass that knowledge on to. So definitely always be learning. So that's my pro tip, ABL. Be able, learn, listen. And you know what? If you don't love hypnosis, you might have to consider whether or not you want to keep pursuing it. That L is key in that. You learn, listen, love, leave if you need to. One of the things that I think, as professionals everywhere in the world, is exactly that word, professional. We need to be able to conduct ourselves as a profession, and that means we're knowledgeable. That means that we're capable. That means that our heart is in it for our clients. Our goal is to entertain. Our goal is to help our clients get better. It's all of that and more. And in order to be professional, you need to know, and circle back to learn. So that's the pro tip for today. Okay, we have a couple of things in the chat here. I'm not sure who sent this here. Just a quick go. I'm about to see my clients, and hi. I'm going to make a wild assumption that they didn't provide Wave with the opportunity to know who they are. But that's okay. No worries. All right. If you have, and I'm going to put this out there, but if you have information that you think could hit Hypno News, by all means, drop us a line. We can certainly make sure things get on the air that need to get on the air. If you want to connect with Jim or Grant or any of the Hypno heroes in the news, this is the place to be. As people watch the newscast, we're all going to benefit from, again, more knowledge, more learning. Go figure. What can I say? All right. I think that is everything that I had searching, and again, searching through the different conferences and seeing things. My one recommendation, I'm gonna leave you with this as kind of the final thought of the day. The big thing with conferences and planning where you're going to go and what you're going to attend and so on and so forth is twofold. And I really like this strategy. One is, yes, definitely increase your knowledge in the area of your, where you want to be the expert or the leader. So if you're on the clinical side, yes, definitely take courses that are clinical. But you should also consider taking at least one course that's on the stage side or on the entertainment side, or however the conference divvies up the courses. And here's the reason why. And I did both last year, and I thought it was really good. So I would have taken some street hypnosis from Jim last year. I would have taken trauma-informed coaching course from Dr. Will. And the combination of the two were really great for me because it gave me an idea of what do both of those entail, and what does that mean for me helping my clients in the long run. Now, you may think, oh, there's nothing in street hypnosis that's going to help your clients. Not true. Not true. There are specific methods and there are things in there that can help you with clients, particularly ones that might be, a little, they might push back on the trance and so on and so forth. There are some street hypnosis techniques or stage hypnosis techniques that can certainly help get your clients into a better state of learning and reception as things progress. So anyway, so that's my I'll use that as my funny thing, because it was actually kind of fun and funny to be out in Las Vegas on the Strip doing street hypnosis. Again, my first trip to Las Vegas, and everybody that asked me about it said, yeah, Las Vegas is a very interesting place. It is an exercise in humanity, and we saw lots of humanity on the Strip as we were performing street hypnosis. So, it all adds up. Anything that you can do, again, always be learning. Anything that you can learn that you can apply is something good for your soul. All right, with that, I'm going to sign off and say good night. Thanks to Jim and to Grant. At some point, we'll have to get Jim and Grant in the same broadcast so I can try out my Grant Saunders impression. I'm not going to do it now because he's not here to defend himself. I'll wait until we're all in the same broadcast and see what we can do. But anyway, not a problem. It is Shawn Kostiuk here from Yorkton, Saskatchewan, Canada, signing off, saying good night, and as Jim would say, be safe, be well, be awesome.